What's interesting here? I can't see anything. I can't see anything interesting there. That jar on the ground there, it's a symbol of Georgian wine making. The wine that's made from there is called Qvevri wine, which basically means it's made from a clay jar that's buried in the ground, and they leave it there and let it ferment. The art of Georgian winemaking is embedded in those big clay jars that I'm walking towards now. Georgian people have been known to make wine for the past 8,000 years. Some of these clay jars, they can hold 5,000, 6,000, 8,000 liters of wine. And normally what Georgian people do, they'll put grapes there, stems, leaves, grapes, let them ferment, keep mixing them. So they'll mix the grapes, and from time to time they'll open so that it gets fresh air, and the wine will be left in there for quite some time, and it's called Qvevri wine when it comes from those jars. And then they've got factory wine, of course. Factory wine is not it doesn't have the same taste as the Qvevri wine. So when you're in Georgia, try the Qvevri wine. I have tried both of them. I've tried Georgian factory wine, Georgian traditional wine, and most importantly, Qvevri wine. Very different taste of the three different types of wine. I used to think and believe that Russian people drink more alcohol than anybody else in the world. That's not true. Georgian people, they drink like nobody else. They've got this drink called a cha-cha, which is basically made from whatever is left from the grapes, and it's like brandy, very strong brandy or vodka, and the cha-cha is very strong, can be 80%. 80% of cha-cha, it's so strong that it hits you very fast, but it doesn't last long in your body. This is the thing, you know. So if you're thinking of coming to Georgia, do drink driving. Don't say I gave you the tip, okay? Because I'm not giving you tips. I'm just saying this is what people do. Cha-cha is so strong. I've tried it a few times. I just can't get used to it. Every time I try, I just keep wincing. You know, it's very, very strong. For somebody like me who doesn't drink, it's harder. It's very, very hard. But if you come to Georgia, you must try their wine, try their food. These people love the food. If you're asking what is their staple diet, it's more bread. They love their bread. It's like a lot of these former Soviet Union countries, their diet is bread. In Asia, the diet is like rice. In Africa, the diet is like maize a lot. You know, they use maize. And in the Caribbean, of course, can be maize, it can be rice. In the Caribbean, they love rice with peas. That's the main important part of the diet of the Caribbean. So wherever you go in the world, you will find different types of food, which you have to try when you travel. It's traditional, very old house that they moved from Sachkhere. Let's go. Look at the bench, man. Wooden houses. Hello. 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 Ah, this is for making wine.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this is what I know in Georgia. They use this for making wine and cleaning the jugs with these. Yes, then they used to mash grapes in one of these. They'll mash grapes. They'll clean their feet with lots of grapes in there, and then they just keep stamping on those grapes, mashing them up. You know, they used to mash grapes on this, and they will clean their feet and get in there and just keep stamping their feet and making grapes, making wine. Jesus juice, of course. And they will use this, all these down here, they'll use them to clean. See these, I know all these. I was taught by Georgian people, if you want interested in making wine, you need to learn all this stuff. Not many tourists now. A lot of people moved. And this is how they will store the grapes and start making the wine. Because I've seen this a lot in Kakheti, which is the home of the wine. I mean, look, these people used to make wine. Let me just move back a little bit. They make wine from these big wooden craters, and they will stamp the wine in there. So they'll put loads of grapes here and keep crushing it with their bare feet until the wine is made. Isn't that amazing? Just when you look at that, all the work that went through just making this, I just think it's amazing. The patience and the time they had just to make that.